Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are. I believe you're having a good and fantastic day wherever you are. So for return viewers, welcome back. And for new viewers, welcome home. My name is Dennis Akoyo Alitsi, and here is where we have a deep dive on matters concerning finance, management, and my personal experience as a work from home employee. So today we are focusing on a rather exciting topic, the downsides of being a jack of all trades. I know for most people you want to go out there and have a touch on everything. Matters finance, you are there. Matters human resource, you are there. Who needs to do this? Your hand is up. Who needs to do this? Your hand is up. Then you fail to specialize. Now today we are focusing on five key downsides when it comes to those people who are only focusing on being a jack of all trades rather than specializing on specific skill sets that will complement their career growth. So without further ado, I think let us just jump into it. So one of the main downsides when you are a jack of all trades, it is lack of focus. If you're always everywhere, you want to participate in everything that is happening at your point of work, you tend to tread too thin. To an extent, you stop focusing on the most important things. You will even find out that you're complimenting other people in being more productive, but at the end of the day, when somebody comes to evaluate your progress as an employee on an individual basis, you are dragging behind, yet the people who you are assisting to do their job, they are way, way far ahead. So you tend to spread yourself too thin. To an extent, you cannot even be productive as an individual. Another thing, it becomes too hard for you to master a specific skill. Why? Because you don't have focus everywhere. Anything wants to be done in the company, call Dennis. You want this and this, talk to him. You want this and this, talk to him. In the long run, it will be very good for you. In the short run, it will be very productive for you. It will be very advantageous for you because people will be like, we know the go-to person. But at the end of the day, you fail to specialize on individual skill sets that will help steer you to the right career path. So when you are a jack of all trades, you end up spreading yourself too thin. You must make sure you minimize the you try to minimize your attention to a specific thing that you are doing, specialize on it, and then try and complement yourself later. Okay? So lack of focus is a very key thing. Personally, a while back, I was all over. I remember the first employment which I got, I was very keen on doing everything. To an extent, I forgot about specializing on a specific thing. Then came in the future when I realized that, oh, I've been wasting my time for 2 years complimenting people who are becoming so productive in their tasks, and I'm forgetting myself. When I started to focus on the role, on the specific roles that I was given in that specific organization, I realized that my mind started opening up. Why don't I specialize on this? Why don't I specialize on this? And in the long run, I think it worked to my benefit. I'm not asking you not to assist or work as a team or not to be a productive team member where you can go to people, reach out and say, okay, you don't know how to do this, let me assist you. That is not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, in your place of work, try and focus on a specific JD, try and find your niche. Do not spend yourself too thin to an extent where you cannot focus on building specific skills that will complement you on your career path. Another thing is the burnout risk. Everybody in that work setting has their own tasks, but everyone knows who they are going to relegate their tasks to. You want this to be done? Ask Dennis. You want this to be done? Ask Dennis. At 4 p.m., everyone is going off. If you're working from home, everyone is logging off. But for you specifically, you who has been the black sheep at that place of work, first of all, you're tired. Second of all, you are the person who has done the most of the quantity of work in that specific place. Third of all, your work is not finished. So you have to work extra hard. You face a risk of having burnout because you have not been focusing on what you are supposed to be doing. Because everyone knows if you need this to be done, talk to Dennis. If you need this thing to be done, talk to Dennis. So if we all have tasks, and we relegate them to you because you are a jack of all trades, you get the job done anyway. At what time will you focus on getting your own job done? Okay, so that is the most important question. At what time will you get your the specific responsibilities assigned to you done? So it is better for you to focus on what you are supposed to be doing, complement other people, but do it wisely. To an extent, you don't face the risk of burnout when you are yet to complement your specific tasks. Okay. Then another thing is undervalued expertise. There are those people within your work environment, when you need those small nitty-gritty things to done, you will definitely reassign to them or even tell them, come do this for me and maybe we can discuss something on how we will work around that. But in a scenario whereby they need a technical expert to handle a specific set of work because they're looking for some specific skills, they will not come to you. Because, first of all, you did not specialize, you did not highlight yourself as a go to expert when it comes to these specific issues. Everybody knows you. If we have those minor tasks we can assign to you, but when it comes to now the technical aspects, the technical skills that you're looking for, whether you are an accountant, whether you are an auditor, somebody needs some technical skill set that you lack because you are not focused on building a specific skill as far as your career is concerned. You are only focused on being a jack of all trade. You forgot yourself. Now, people need a specific job to be to be done, and they cannot even think about you. But when they have all these small tasks to be done around the office, you are their go-to person. But when they need an expert because of your undervalued skills, they go to another person. So you will end up losing a lot of opportunities simply because you have not highlighted yourself. You're not special, you have not specialized on some specific skill set, and you're not the right person they can come to when they're looking for an expert. But you're that guy where everybody can come to when they want one or two things to be done within the company. So what I am asking you is, you are not supposed to be a jack of all trades. You must specialize so that everyone, either within that company or even out there, can come to you when they need matters to be solved by an expert. Okay. So undervalued expertise, that is the third point. Now let us go to the fourth point: missed opportunities for growth. Have you ever noticed that there are people in a certain company where they do everything? That they go to persons when you have a specific tasks or responsibilities within the company. But anytime we have promotional opportunities, they are not even given a chance to go for an interview. Why? It is because these people have not specialized. It is because the skill sets that the company is looking for, you do not have as an individual. So yes, you are the go-to person, you're a jack of all trades, you can do everything assigned to you, but at the end of the day, no one knows what you're specialized at. So even if an opportunity comes internally, you will not be considered. That is number one. If an opportunity comes even externally, no one will recommend you because we know you as any person. You can do anything, but on this specific thing, you are yet to prove to us that you can actually do it. And even if we give it to you, have you specialized on that? So you end up missing these opportunities for growth simply because you've been focusing on the wrong things. So it is time for you to now start focusing on yourself. If it is an issue, build yourself up. Go and gain that skill set somewhere. Specialize. Then come back and tell people, this is what I am specialized in. People will recommend you for other opportunities. And if an opportunity comes internally in the company, then you stand a chance of also being considered for that position. Then the last point: difficulty in setting boundaries. You know, people will treat you the way you have presented yourself. So if in an office, you've presented yourself as that person who can get anything within the company to be done. Even if somebody is employed today, they will tell him, you see, Dennis, he's the right person to go to when you want these small tasks to be done. Then you can only focus on the most important ones. That is how people will see you. You tend to miss the opportunity of setting boundaries because that is how you have presented yourself to them. The moment you start turning down all these requests, that's the moment they start branding you as he's not as cooperative as he was initially. But the good thing is you must set your boundaries. People must know that even if you know something, you can simply advise, but that task need to be relegated to the right person. For me, I'll be focusing with these specific responsibilities. Okay? I remember there was a time, and I wouldn't really mention the company, where we were managers, and in this specific company, they started threatening us for us to do some specific responsibilities of junior officers, which in our opinion were not supposed to be given that responsibility. And this was a good opportunity for us to set that boundary and tell our supervisor, hey, we respect you because there is a gap. I think we have a solution for that. But the fact that you are driving us to do these specific responsibilities and at the same time expect us to do our own responsibilities, I don't think that can work. So I think the most important thing we need to do is to sit down and look for a lasting solution. But every now and then you will not to come back to us as managers and ask us now do the job of your juniors and expect us to just jump ship and do it. Who will then do our work? Is this really a demotion? And I know at certain times there are contracts which are very open. Any assigned, you're supposed to do any duties that have been assigned to you, and that is okay. But let it be a duty related to the position you have been appointed. Because even for that manager, if today the janitor is not reporting to work and you go and tell him, hey, you need to go and clean that toilet, is that in any way related to his JD or his position appointed as a manager? No. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to set your boundaries and in a respectful and professional way. Because the moment you prove that you're always or you are too available, that is the moment people will start taking advantage of you. And I believe such things do not usually end well. So as my experiences have shared, and this is on a personal experience that happened, the headcount of the number of people who are managing was misappropriated by our top superior, and he was coming to fill up that crack by asking the managers, now if you don't do this, this is the termination. If you don't do this is the termination. And we were not intimidated. What we did was to approach the matter very professional and tell him, sir, we respect you, but according to us, we are not in a position to juggle between the two. We were given the responsibilities of being managers of this specific role. That is number one. Number two, we are able to sit down and look for a lasting solution for this issue. But the solution is not us to work as our juniors, at the same time, maintain the responsibilities as managers. First of all, we'll burn out, will not be productive, and that is not sustainable in the long run. So you must be in a position to set boundaries. You must be in a position to understand your contract. So that today let's say you're not a call center agent, then somebody gives you a role of sweeping the office, and because your contract has been written there, you will do anything assigned to you, you are there with a broom sweeping an office. No. We are supposed to be in a position to set boundaries. We are supposed to be in a position to specialize on specific aspects in our skill set. We are supposed to be in a position of being productive without necessarily being jack of all trades. Anything assigned to you, you do it. Anything assigned to you, you do it. You might think that is complementing, or rather, you might think that is a good way for you to show your bosses or your superiors that indeed I'm somebody who can work hard, but in real sense, you're doing injustice to yourself. Because you'll end up finding that even the people who are not focusing on that, whatever you're focusing on, are being promoted, are going out there, they're living in the same job while they are receiving very many opportunities out there, while you're stuck in the same position wondering, okay, I've been here for 10 years, but everyone I found in this company has gone to other companies, to bigger positions. Everybody that finds me here leaves me here. What is not happening? It is because you are not specializing. It is because you are not finding your niche. It is because you are focusing on the wrong things. You are spreading yourself too thin to an extent you cannot focus on a specific skill set that will complement your work. So with these 5 key pointers, lack of focus, burnout risk, undervalued expertise, missed opportunities for growth, and difficulty in setting boundaries. Those are the downsides for somebody who wants to present themselves as a jack of all trades. Okay? So with that said and done, I want to thank you so much for sticking to my video towards the end. I also want to request you kindly like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be sure to post such content on a day-to-day basis. Have a good day.